Okay, so we're actually going to go through and understand how we get the ratios and numbers that we do. And ratios is the key thing in understanding the size and scales. So we're going to put up two values. We're going to have our model, and then we're going to have our actual values. Now we know for the model, what I'm giving you is that the diameter of the Earth is equal to 1 inch. And what we're looking for is we're looking for the diameter of the moon, and we're looking for the distance between the Earth and the moon. So I'm going to use a little d for the distance. So at this point in time, now we actually want to research what are some of the actual values. So when I go to Google and I look up what is the diameter of the Earth, what I find is that the diameter has a 7,926 miles. Now next, what I want to look up is the diameter of the moon. Now make sure with your students when you're doing this, I don't care what the units are, but what I do care about is A, that the units are consistent. So when I look up diameter of moon, don't do the radius, but look at the diameter of the moon. So I don't want to hit the first column of kilometers, but it's 2,158 miles. And then finally, I want to actually measure what is the distance from the Earth to the moon. And so when I go from the distance from the Earth to the moon, I find it's 238,855 miles. So now that I have all of the actual data, and I have my ratio here, so what I'm doing is I'm going to say, well, 1 inch equals 7,926 miles. That's my ratio. So if I want to know, well then, how many inches equals 2,158 miles? I'm going to divide. And so you can use your calculator, you can use the calculator on your phone. I really don't care. But when I take 7,926 and I divide it by 2,158, I get 3.67. But remember, I want to actually know what is this. So I can either flip that, or I can say my question mark equals 2,158 over 7,926. So when I do that, what I get is 0.27. So on my scale, the moon should have a diameter of about 0.27 inches. So now I know how big the moon is on the scale compared to the Earth. Now what I need to do is I need to see how far away is the Earth and the moon separated. So we're going to do the same thing that we did here, but in this case it's 238,855 miles. So my question mark here is 238,000, that's my actual distance, divided by the 7,926 miles. And so when I plug this into a calculator, I get 30.14 inches. So on my scale, with the Earth having a diameter of 1 inch, that distance from the Earth to the moon is going to be just over 30 inches away. And so that's how we're able to calculate what the values are and create our model scale according to these dimensions. Thank you.